Hiya, it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today I have a video for you making a card using this gorgeous set that I've had a while from Hunkydory called Radiant Roses. So I don't know if you'll get the exact set, but I'm sure they do something similar, and other companies will have florally type things that I'm sure you could do something similar with. So I thought it would be fun. I haven't done any Hunkydory for a while, and I just thought that would be good. And secondly, I do want to just apologise. Look, it looks so horrible, but I just literally just broke that just as I was about to film. And as you guys, if you follow me, know I always like to have nice nails, and these are my own, believe it or not, but I just put like a gel over them to keep them strong. Clearly not strong enough on that one, so apologies for that. And also to say, because last time I didn't really get an opportunity to say in the last video because that was already pre-recorded at the time that I was able to finally upload, to apologise for the intermittency of the videos over the last couple of weeks or month or so. Obviously, first of all, there was Daisy not being very well, and then also I had mentioned to you I'd been having issues with the internet and uploading stuff, it being really problematic, and I just assumed it was to do with everybody being at home, and that, you know, it was kind of taking up internet and making it just generally much slower. Turns out we actually had a big issue with our own internet hub thing, and it was not working properly, so we've now had that changed. They've upgraded it and everything, so fingers crossed that it will all work fine. Anyway, let's get on with the crafting. Enough chit chat. But it's actually going to be an anniversary card, so it's kind of quite romantic, but this is an anniversary card for the wife to give to the husband, so I wanted it to be obviously romantic but not like super fluffy, shall we say. I don't really know of another word. So this particular sheet, this all comes in the collection, these sheets. So there's sheets with, I mean, I've popped a lot of the bits out, but there's sheets with like different designs on them, toppers, and this comes with the decoupage, and obviously different background sheets. There's lots of different ones for this particular flower in this set, and different things, so you've got borders and whatnot. It also has several different flowers, so you have different flower colours, etc., but I wanted to go for the red, so it was still romantic, and I felt in a way actually this particular red, being a burgundy red, was perhaps slightly more masculine than perhaps like a real red rose, like a pillar box red. So as I say, this particular sheet, it's got two halves to it, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to cut this down the middle, and hopefully this will help us, because the next one I've got is this one here. And again, if you've watched me regularly, you know with the Hunkydory or any pattern paper card, I quite often like to fold it with the pattern on the inside and then put another piece on the front so that you get a nice inside. You don't have to do a lot of work, it's just kind of looks attractive. It obviously complements the front, it's meant to go together, so you get sort of a really good effect for very little effort. Now, since we want the fold to be on the inside, we're going to score on the white side so that the bump goes down, because you always want to fold towards the bump. It just gives a better crease than the other way around. So we're marking it with pencil on the white side, which is handy. So what you've got is, if you had it right up to the edge like normal, this pencil mark is actually coming right where there isn't a score dip. So all you need to do is just notch it over just a teeny bit so that that pencil line is there, and then you can just score down. Then pop that against there so that it folds. And just was checking the other side just to make sure it folded and scored correctly. And then we have a lovely A5 card with a gorgeous patterned inside, so when it's opened it kind of really complements the outside. So then the next thing I need to do is just attach this to the front, so I just want to make sure it's going to cover that perfectly, which it does. It's always worth checking. And then I'm just going to use some of this lovely Hunkydory construction glue. So I want this to be a landscape card, and so now I can pop it down. So the flowers are in the corner, and when I open there, it has that there like that. Okay, so the next thing I've got is I've took a frame from one set of flower design and then another flower design. So there was 2 sheets, and I just like the frame from that. They don't technically fit, but for what I want, it actually is perfectly fine. So the first thing I want to do is just stick the frame and this together so that it sits correctly. So that looks about good. I'm not going to stick it down because we're going to make that 3D, but let's just try and get a little bit. You don't need very much, just a little bit of adhesive there, and then just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of the frame there, just to again hold that in place, so that you can see now the frame is kind of stuck. So I think that's good. So that's just stuck that frame in place, because then what I'm going to do is put 3D foam on the back. But if I tried to do that when the frame and the picture was kind of separated, and I've just, as I said, just put a little bit there and a little bit there, it's just enough to hold it, and then we'll come back to that in a minute. Let that set a little bit before we do any more. So then I'm going to get my tape pen now, because I don't want to have to wait with the wet adhesive too long, and this will stick this down perfectly fine. Oh, no, I don't want that one first. And again, I'm just using tape pen on that because it's perfectly fine for these little pieces. There we go, so that's that one stuck down. Okay, and then we'll pop this one along here. Like so. And then we just cut the excess away. Like so. So for that one I want some 3D foam. And that there. So that one's done. And then I've got obviously my floral bit here that I need to put 3D foam on, so I'll put that one in the corner there and that one down in here, because there's gaps, so we want to make sure we don't go over those gaps, to make sure and double check from the front, and it's all good. So that's that bit done. Then there's some little flowers, decoupage layers for the flowers, so you could use some your wet glue, your gel glue. I don't seem to have any at the moment for some reason, which is a bit weird. Okay, so now I think we want to put our topper on, because I think that's going to then position everything else. So in order to be sure that our little foam stays stuck, I'm as always going to be using some good strong wet adhesive on the back of the foam, and then pop this down. Now I want the frame square and my flowers angled, so we're just gonna position the frame so it's equal within this sort of square design that's on the background sheet here. Okay, so that's that done. I'm not going to put the layers on yet. I'm going to do my little sentiment first, and again I'm just going to add the wet adhesive. And then we can take my little sentiment here, which says with love. I'm going to pop that down. Onto there, like so. So now all we need is our little 3D elements, so I need to just work out what goes where. Okay, so again I'm just going to add the wet adhesive on the back, and then this bit is for this flower here, and it's got 3 layers, but I really don't want to use all of those. I did actually get them prepared, but I don't want to use them all. I just feel like it's too much, so I'm just going to do this second layer only. And that one goes just there, and I think that makes a difference. I tell you what I do want to do is bend that bit down, because we've got the advantage that there's no adhesive on that bit. I think it'll just give a really good look. I don't know if you can just see, look how effective that looks by just bending it slightly. Just gives a really nice look. Okay, and then we have the single flower here. Like so, and then we've got that little one just down there. Now I'm just going to look whether I actually want to put that on there. Yeah, I think I do. I think that looks effective with that there. Just a little bit of an opportunity just to give it a little bend. So we'll just do that again, just to give it a little bit. I might try and do the same with that one as well if I can. There we go. It just makes it look kind of more realistic, I think. Okay, so for the back of the card I found this piece of adorable scoreable in plain. I thought I don't want to waste a piece of the pattern paper for a back here. Start the whole A4 sheet down, and then I'm just going to flip it over and take my scissors. You can do it with a trimmer. I personally find it is actually simpler and easier with the scissors. What I find happens if you use the trimmer, if you're not really super careful, or even if you are, sometimes it's just easy to miss the line. So that now gives this a nice good weight as well, plus it's got a really nice back to it. Always do that as the very last thing. I've learned one, if you do mess up and you've got glue on the table and you accidentally got it on the back, you don't want to have to put the nice backing on again. But 2, it's obviously a really good way of covering up any errors like that as well. So there is the inside. You've got a little bit extra up the top there, and that's the outside, and obviously the back. And it's just, as I said, this is an anniversary card for a wife to give to a husband, so we wanted it romantic but not like, as I called it, fluffy. I hope that it's the right direction. I hope it's sort of enough romance but not too much, you know, so that it feels like it's still masculine in a way, or suitable for a man, I guess is more the thing. So anyway, let me know what you think. I think, irrespective of that part, I think the card looks really, really nice. I hope you do too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.